Hey friends, come on in and visit me for a little bit today while I work on making some fermented chicken feed. Our bucket is empty and the bucket I used to fill it with is empty, so I have to go out to the coop. We'll check out a few things while we're out there. Come along. I just have a 3-gallon bucket that I use to keep the grain in the house. You can't ferment outside in the cold, so we keep it in the house. Using a metal trash can keeps rodents out of it. We have had rodents get into our heavy-duty Rubbermaid trash cans, one of the big black ones on wheels, so we know this is the best option for this. Apparently we don't have any rodents around right now though, because this has been sitting here for a few days without going in the can and there's no damage to it. I'm going to empty the whole can so that it's empty for when Dan goes to open that bag. Remind me to tell him that I emptied the feed bucket. All right. While we're here, let's go check on the chickens. It's windy out here today. Christmas is coming. I look forward to my granddaughter coming again. Whenever we've taken her out to show her, she's just turned 2. Whenever we've brought her out to show her the chickens and roosters, the roosters always crow, of course. And she says, "Loud chicken." So I'm hoping that we can bring her out in the cooler weather and still let her see the loud chicken. She's always just looked at them through this through the screening before, but now that we have plastic up, she's gonna have to actually go inside. I hope that her daddy will take her in and carry her so she doesn't get too frightened by having them almost as tall as she is. Come on in. It is quite windy today, so you're going to hear the wind on the audio, and you're going to see hear the wind hitting the plastic outside of the shelter. It's a lot warmer in here. Canopy is not sealed all the way, so things should be able to evaporate when it gets warm in here, and heat should be able to escape. There is a good half-inch gap, and in some places there's a 2 or 3 inch gap, so there should be lots of fresh air ventilation going on. I'm always worried when I'm holding them up like this that they're going to peck me in the face. This is Rosie. She's one of our sweetest. Rosie. Oh yeah, and they know their name. If I call them by name, they look at me. Rosie. Rosie. My Canadian breasts, I can't pick any of them up. I need a fishing net to catch them, so that's on my Christmas wish list. A few days ago, we went to a local shop and picked up a couple of bales of hay. And I don't care if it's got seed in it or not. All I wanted was something to throw on the ground. We have their feed hanging, so it's more difficult for rodents to get at it. We've brought in a couple of, a tree stump and a branch that's arched, so it's not completely on the ground. Here at my feet we have a random piece of construction. I don't know what it was, but it works for them to stand on. When it's standing up like a stool, they just knock it over, so it's just as well this way. More birds can fit on it this way. The white and black one over there against the wall with her back to us is the one who's doing all the talking. That's Opal. 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 See, she hears me. She's responding to me. She's had bumblefoot, so I've had to handle her quite a lot recently, but it looks like she's doing okay today. I wanted to come out here and see how much she was limping or managing. I think she's all right. She's improving. That is an improvement. There was a point where she wouldn't come out of the coop at all and she wouldn't eat, so we would grab her and bring her out and put her at the feeder, and then she'd have to walk back in. I've been changing her bandage and taking care of her wound using some polysporin every day or every other day. As things were improving, I did it less often until just a couple days ago I took the bandage off of her foot completely. She still did limp around on it a little bit, but she's doing better. Certain times a day you can come out here and these birds will squat and put their feathers back, and we can pick them up when they do that. But truth be told, that's their breeding posture. They're squatting so the rooster can mount them. Other times a day we can come out here. Other times a day we come out here and they run like crazy. Did you just see that rooster walk through that water bowl? We have a heated dog bowl, and Dan just puts fresh water in it every morning, and that's it. They're all hovering over the door over there because the door is opening and closing just a tiny bit. We can't let them free range right now because we have 2 fox in the neighborhood. I've seen them both, and I've heard them in the evening, and it's quite unsettling. It sounds like a girl screaming. These guys want to forage. Let's see if I can help them out a little. I'll work with that. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, chick, chick. Chick, 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 chick. I don't want to cut this bale open yet. So I'll just grab handfuls. That's all they need for entertainment right now. The ground is not terribly wet. That only partly helped. They want out. Not today, but I do have another task to do today. We use a deep litter method in the coops, and it needs to be stirred. I'll be back in a minute with a rake. Loud chicken. I have my litter, I have my rake, and I have a container filled with black oil sunflower seeds, some cat food because the cats we were feeding are not around right now, and so a little bit of cracked corn and some mealworms. I'm going to mix that in the straw. Do you hear the roosters? Can you hear the roosters giving them the call that there's food here?
Beautiful.
Hi, Danny. You want to come in?
Sure.
They were bored.
Yeah.
We wanted out.
I was actually singing a suggested thing in the today.
You wanna? The chickens want to forage so bad, and it's a decent day out. We'll take them over there into our fenced dog run. And here goes the chicken run. Some of them are just not quite getting the memo. They need a little help. You should be able to lure them with the bag of treats though. That's mealworms. They've been trained to follow the mealworms. Now there they are, they're all in, and he'll spread that out. Now they'll go around and they'll eat ticks and they'll eat bugs and grass and roots and whatever they want. We usually leave them in there for about an hour. There's our bucket of feed. And here's a jug of water. You probably can't see it from there, but this bucket is dirty. It was clean when I started the fermenting process. This is just leftovers from yesterday's ferments. The bacteria that's in there from the previous ferments helps to inoculate and get started this bunch of ferments. Likewise with this one. I started this one a little while ago, this morning. And I ran out of grain. So you just put the grain in. Let's do that there. That just needed to be topped up a little bit. So it's really simple, really. You take the grain or pellets. Heck, I've even put some cat food in here. And you put in as much as you think they'll eat in one day. I have 10 birds out there. So I put in a couple of, what is this? So that's a 2-cup container, so I put in maybe 3 cups. They weren't full. And then I'm just going to cover that with about an inch of water. I'm giving that a swirl to make sure there's no clumps in it, no dry spots. And that's all there is to it. Tomorrow they'll get the stuff that was started early, and then the day after they'll get the next one, and tomorrow I'll start another bucket. So it's usually about a 2 or 3 day rotation. When it's fermented, it smells sour, almost like sour milk or like a little bit of alcohol. Now let's see if I can get up off the floor. So that's all there is to it for fermenting their feed. This allows the nutrients to be more bioavailable so that it's easier for them to digest and get the nutrients out of it. And it helps them to get those carbs and those extra nutrients, the extra calories, so that they can put on a little bit of weight right now and so they can burn their food more efficiently so they're not so cold. We don't ferment in the summertime. They get to free range more in the summertime, but with the snows coming, they're not going to be able to free range much. There's no sense in it. But as you saw today, putting out the treats with the corn and the mealworms and the sunflower seeds and just a little bit of extra feed, they quite enjoy that. Making sure that they always have grit and they always have some calcium supplement, whether it's oyster shells or crushing their own eggshells and giving it back to them. Those are always good things to do. Your chicken needs grit. If, you know, they need to eat stones. It's the strangest thing if you think about it from human terms, but from chicken terms, they don't have teeth, and their stomach, their digestive process has to squeeze the stones and the feed together to chew up their food internally. So grit's important. Fermented feed. It doesn't cost any extra. They have free range feed anytime they want when they're in their run anyways, and it gives them the extra nutrients. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Thanks, Dan, for helping to move the chickens. See you next time.